I call the honourable member for Melbourne.
Speaker, my question's to the Prime Minister. Isn't it the case that by getting Australia more involved in the war in the Middle East, your government is increasing the risk of an Australian being taken hostage or a terrorist attack occurring on home soil?
There'll be silence on my right. There'll be silence on my right. The member is entitled to ask his question, and the Prime Minister is entitled to answer it in silence. The Prime Minister has the call.
Well, Madam Speaker, I would respectfully say to the member who asked the question that passivity in the face of the ISIL death cult would be the thing that was most likely to increase the risk of terrorist attacks here in Australia. Now, Madam Speaker, I absolutely accept that the member who asked the question, like every other member in this House, wants to ensure that our country is safe. We all want to ensure that our country is safe. The truth, though, Madam Speaker, is that today national security and international security are indivisible. We cannot preserve national security without doing what we reasonably and prudently and proportionately can to protect and preserve international security, and that's why we are involved, along with some 60 countries, in the coalition against the ISIL death cult in the Middle East. Finally, may I say to the member for Melbourne, we have long been a target. We were a target long before the Howard government got involved in Iraq in 2003, as the Bali bombing demonstrated. The United States was a target long before the 2003 Iraq war, as the September the 11th outrages demonstrated. The regrettable truth, Madam Speaker, which I'm sure in his heart the member for Melbourne well knows, is that those who would do us harm hate us, they hate our way of life, they hate everyone. They hate everyone's way of life that does not conform to their own narrow fanaticism. They have declared war on the world. They particularly dislike our freedom, our tolerance, the welcome we give to outsiders, the protection we give to minorities. That is what they dislike about us. That is, in fact, the glory of our culture, our country and our civilisation, and long may it be so. Yeah.